Hi, my name is April and I'm a type 2 diabetic. When I was first diagnosed, it's been about a year now, I was also diagnosed with congestive heart failure. So, of the two, diabetes was not that big of a deal. I know for other people it probably is a rather big deal, but for me it was almost comforting because when it comes to the congestive heart failure, there's really nothing I could do about it. It was out of my hands. Take some meds, relax, don't stress myself, but that was about it. But the type 2 diabetes, there's stuff I could do. It was in my control. Yes, I have to take some medicines, inject myself with insulin, check my blood sugar every day, number of times a day, but, and even as scary the needles are, it was something manageable, something I just had to do for myself. I had control over it. So for me, it wasn't that huge of a deal. Now, how it's affected my life, well, I've had to change some stuff. That's a given. Had to change my diet a bit. I luckily was not someone who ate horribly in the first place and had a general knowledge of nutrition and what you shouldn't eat already. So that was, it made it easier on me. I had to, of course, stop being so lazy about my food intake. Trying to remember to eat, that's definitely always been a struggle for me, and so now it still is a struggle, and now unfortunately it's certainly a factor in how it affects me, but I'm working through that and I'm dealing with it. Adjusting to the needles because I have to take insulin, I don't take metformin. That was a bit of a struggle. I grew up not ever being unhealthy, so shots were not something I was used to. So that has definitely been an adjustment and a half. I suppose for a lot of people, it comes into play with an effect of how it affects your general daily life with having to work and go out and do stuff. For me, because of my congestive heart failure, I can't really go out and do stuff and I can't work. So it doesn't affect me in that way. But I've learned some good, recipes from this. And I've learned I like cauliflower. It's pretty darn good, really. So, it's not been a huge, huge thing for me. But adjustments have been made. And we just recently had a hurricane here, so that was my first experience having to deal with this in a emergency situation. And I think I did pretty well. I tried at least. Now, my advice to the newly diagnosed, it's pretty simple. Stop freaking out. It's really, well, it doesn't have to be a huge deal. And it gives you an opportunity to take care of yourself, because most of us don't take care of ourselves in our daily, life is busy. A lot of people have families and have to go to work and work so many hours. And you and your health and just your general well-being is kind of pushed aside. And now with the diabetes, you are forced to take care of yourself. And you are forced to think about your own well-being. So in that situation, it's a benefit, really, because you have to now. There's no excuses. If you don't, really bad things are going to happen to you that you really don't want to have happen. So it gives you that excuse. And, take your time. Yes, it seems like when you hear about the things that can go wrong if you don't take care of yourself, they're frightening. Going blind, losing a limb, death. But this is my thing that I always say. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So if you have hiccups along the way, or it takes you some time to adjust your eating patterns and the things that you have to do for yourself, don't put added stress on yourself. Just relax. Give yourself some slack. You can do this. It's not as huge of a deal as you think it is. It's an opportunity to take care of yourself. So just hang in there. It'll be okay.